My dad came home beaming, saying he'd just met a guy in a black coat and a top hat who showed him how to hypnotize himself. He immediately turned the TV to a dead channel and sat 2 feet from the static, reading the instructions. Watch static for 30 minutes. Cover your eyes and listen to the static for another 30 minutes. When the hour is up, you'll be hypnotized for 4 hours. My dad raised his finger and said, he told me anything I see during those 4 hours isn't real. I rolled my eyes and went to my room as he started watching the static. But then, an hour passed, and I heard the front door open. I froze, because the man in a black coat and top hat was standing in the middle of our living room, holding an empty duffel bag. He started shoving our jewelry inside it, while Dad sat on the couch, staring at him and smiling peacefully. He said aloud, "Wow, the hypnotization is working." The man told me if I hallucinate him later, it means it worked. I couldn't believe it, and lunged for my phone on the coffee table. But the man grabbed it and pulled a gun from his waistband. One wrong move, and I shoot. Sit down. I sat frozen, with my hands shaking in my lap. I looked at my dad, and he just smiled at me, like everything was fine. The shouting is very vivid. He warned me about the audio component. I stared in disbelief. My own dad was watching a stranger rob us and smiling about it. The man started unmounting the TV, and I yelled, "Dad, he's taking the TV!" Dad just smiled. "There is no TV. There is only peace." The man walked past Dad carrying the TV, and Dad reached out and patted the man's leg. "Goodbye, hallucination." I pinched myself because I was sure I was dreaming, but my face dropped in horror because I wasn't. The man came back with my PlayStation and laptop. He leaned over Dad and slid the wallet out of his jacket pocket, then asked Dad, "How's the hypnotization?" Dad beamed, "Super realistic," and the man laughed. He walked across the room toward the side table where Dad's watch was. I was in shock, and the second his back was turned, I ran to Dad and slapped him hard across the face. "Dad, this is real! We're being robbed!" But Dad smiled wider, his cheek going red. "Wow, the hypnotization is so cool. I can even feel pain as if someone actually slapped me." "Dad, he has a gun," I said, almost crying. Dad looked right at the man's gun, bliss on his face. He warned me the trance might include weapons. They aren't real either. My heart was pounding so hard I could feel it. The man took the watch and zipped his loaded duffel bag. He walked past me, tipped his hat while laughing, and walked out the front door. I sat there shaking, looking at half of our house cleared out. Everything was silent except for Dad humming on the couch, smiling at nothing. 4 hours later, the timer beeped. Dad blinked and stretched his arms. "Wow, that was vivid," he laughed. "I even saw him take our TV. The mind is amazing." He sat up and looked at the wall where our TV used to be. His smile faded. "Son, where's our TV?"